Hey, what's up, everybody? So Rashee Rice will be returning to the Kansas City Chiefs this week after serving his 6-game suspension. And I want to take a look at a quote from Chiefs head coach Andy Reid discussing Rashee Rice, his return, and things like that. If you guys are new here, I put out NFL content, Chiefs content. So if you're into that kind of thing, feel free to subscribe down below. Now, here's a quote from Andy Reid. This is via Michael David Smith. Pro Football Talk shares this quote. Here it is from Reid. "I know he's been working like crazy. The rule states that we can't work with him," Reid said. "He has been working out hard, and I think it's just a matter of getting him back in the swing. I've got to see it to work through it, but I know he's in good shape. That's the one thing I do know. I think that'll be important, getting him back in there, getting him with Patrick, getting them on the same page. We'll see how all that works out. We haven't put the game plan in yet, so we're working through it all through all that now." So this is incredible news for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think early on, looking at this team, they start 0-2. You start to go, oh no, is this Chiefs team going to have more issues than typical in the season? And then they're able to bounce back. They're now sitting at 3-3. They beat the Lions, a Lions team that many see as one of the best teams in the NFL. And so to sort of get back to where the Chiefs are right now, and you still have yet to see Rashee Rice, I think that just is a clear indication that this Chiefs team is starting to heat up, and with Rashee Rice back in this offense, I think we should see this offense taken to a whole nother level. In the past couple seasons, the Chiefs' defense has definitely been the dominant force. The offense has still been good when it mattered, especially on third down with Mahomes, but it wasn't Mahomes having to, take over games to ensure that the Chiefs, got victories. And so far this season, the Chiefs' defense up into the Lions game, they'd been more middle of the road than they have been in previous years. They played really great against one of the best offenses in the Detroit Lions, and they held them to 17 points, which is obviously a massive accomplishment. But it's been pretty exciting to see Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense Mahomes has really taken his game to a whole nother level, and part of that has been because he's had to do it, because there's been games where the Chiefs defense allows a good amount of points, and Mahomes has no choice but to come in there and really take over games. We've seen him use his legs much more than he has in recent seasons. If we look currently at his rushing yards so far this season, he has 222 rush yards through 6 games. Last season, he had 307 all last season. So Mahomes is using his legs more than usual. And so far this year, 11 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. And so Mahomes has been playing at a top-tier level. And even at 3-3, the Chiefs have the 9th best scoring offense in the NFL at 25.8 points per game. They have the 8th most pass yards per game in the NFL. And that's all without Rashee Rice, who I would say is the Chiefs' best receiver. And we look at Rashee Rice's 3 games last year before going down with an injury. 7 receptions, 103 yards, 5 receptions, 75 yards, 12 receptions, 110 yards. And so it's going to be pretty interesting to see just, how much Rashee Rice transforms this Chiefs offense. Because if right now they're the 9th best scoring offense, I think that adding Rashee Rice back to the mix could definitely make this a top 5 offense. And we've seen the past 3 games, the Chiefs have put up 28 points at least in all 3 of those games. And so it feels like we are getting back to more of what we saw earlier in Mahomes' career with Tyreek Hill, and just the offense being so much more explosive. And the Chiefs, after moving on from Hill, it took a little while, and the offense wasn't quite at that same level. And thankfully for the Chiefs, their defense really held things together the past few seasons. But now when we look at, Rashee Rice being drafted in round 2 a few years back, and Worthy as well, last year's first-round draft pick. It seems like things are really starting to come together for this Chiefs offense, and if everyone can stay healthy moving forward with Rashee Rice back in, on this roster and playing games after serving this suspension, this Chiefs team can definitely, I think reach the same level of success we've seen in years past, getting to a Super Bowl. And so even though it was a slow start, I think that the Chiefs are sitting in a very, very good position at 3-3. They are 3rd right now in their division, but they're only 1 game behind the Chargers and Broncos. And I think that, when you have Mahomes, you can really sort of always count on the Chiefs finding a way to make it work, and it really looks like the Chiefs are doing that as they prepare for Rashee Rice's return. But if you want more Chiefs content, NFL content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.